نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I welcome you all in today's live session on Surah Al-Baqarah. And in today's live session, we will be looking at ayah number 61 till 70, inshallah. I'm starting from ayah number 61 and I will read up to ayah number 70. Our approach will be same four-step method in which we are starting by recitation. Then we are looking at the rules of tajweed. Then we are doing the spellings and then final recitation. Okay. So let's start. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وإذ قلتم يا موسى لن نصبر على طعام واحد فادع لنا ربك يخرج لنا مما تنبت الأرض من بقلها وكثائها وفومها وعدسها وبصلها قال أتستبدلون الذي هو أدنى بالذي هو خير اهبطوا مصرا فإن لكم ما سألتم وضربت عليهم الذلة والمسكنة وباءوا بغضب من الله ذلك بأنهم كانوا يكفرون بآيات الله ويقتلون النبيين بغير الحق ذلك بما عصوا وكانوا يعتدون إن الذين آمنوا والذين هادوا والنصارى والسابئين من آمن بالله واليوم الآخر وعمل صالحا فلهم أجرهم عند ربهم ولا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون وإذ أخذنا ميثاقكم ورفعنا فوقكم الطور خذوا ما آتيناكم بقوة واذكروا ما فيه لعلكم تتقون ثم توليتم من بعد ذلك فلولا فضل الله عليكم ورحمته لكنتم من الخاسرين ولقد علمتم الذين اعتدوا منكم في السبت فقلنا لهم كونوا قردة خاسئين فجعلناها نكالا لما بين يديها وما خلفها وموعظة للمتقين وإذ قال موسى لقومه إن الله يأمركم أن تذبحوا بقرة قالوا أتتخذنا هزوا قال أعوذ بالله أن أكون من الجاهلين قالوا ادع لنا ربك يبين لنا ما هي قال إنه يقول إنها بقرة لا فارد ولا بكر عوان بين ذلك فافعلوا ما تؤمرون قالوا ادع لنا ربك يبين لنا ما لونها قال إنه يقول إنها بقرة صفراء فاقع لونها تسر الناظرين قالوا ادع لنا ربك يبين لنا ما هي إن البقرة تشابه علينا وإن إن شاء الله لمهتدون. Now we will look at again from ayah 61 till 70. Then inshallah we will do the tajweed background of every ayah. وَإِذْ قُلْتُمْ يَا مُوسَى لن نصبر على طعام واحد فادع لنا ربك يخرج لنا مما تنبت الأرض من بقلها وكثائها وفومها وعدسها وبصلها قال أتستبدلون الذي هو أدنى بالذي هو خير اهبطوا مصرا فإن لكم ما سألتم وضربت عليهم الذلة والمسكنة وباءوا بغضب من الله ذلك بأنهم كانوا يكفرون بآيات الله ويقتلون النبيين بغير الحق ذلك بما عصوا وكانوا يعتدون إن الذين آمنوا والذين هادوا والنصارى والصابئين من آمن بالله واليوم الآخر وعمل صالحا فلهم أجرهم عند ربهم ولا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون. وإذ أخذنا ميثاقكم ورفعنا فوقكم الطور خذوا ما آتيناكم بقوة واذكروا ما فيه لعلكم تتقون. ثم توليتم من بعد ذلك فلولا فضل الله عليكم ورحمته لكنتم من الخاسرين. ولقد علمتم الذين اعتدوا منكم في السبت فقلنا لهم كونوا قردة خاسئين فجعلناها نقالا لما بين يديها وما خلفها وموعظة للمتقين. وإذ قال موسى لقومه إن الله يأمركم أن تذبحوا بقرة قالوا أتتخذنا هزوا قال أعوذ بالله أن أكون من الجاهلين. قالوا ادع لنا ربك يبين لنا ما هي قال إنه يقول إنها بقرة لا فارض ولا بكر عوان بين ذلك فافعلوا ما تؤمرون. قالوا ادع لنا ربك يبين لنا ما لونها قال إنه يقول إنها بقرة صفراء فاقع لونها تسر الناظرين. قالوا ادع لنا ربك يبين لنا ما هي إن البقرة تشابه علينا وإن إن شاء الله لمهتدون. Now inshallah we are starting our tajweed breakdown of every single ayah inshallah. So we will be starting from ayah 61 and we will go up to ayah number 70 inshallah. So let's start the tajweed ruling. What are the tajweed rules in this first 61st ayah? And then we will continue slowly and we will do up to ayah number 70. Okay, so let's start. First of all, here we have wa'idh, qultum. So in the word wa'idh, dhal is a dental letter, is from the lithavia letters, haruf lithavia, and we read such letters by suppressing the za or z buzzing sound. How do we read it? By touching the tip of our tongue with the inner edges of the top two front teeth. So we have to read it wa'idh. Dhal shouldn't be pronounced like za. It's not wa'iz, it's wa'idh. Qultum. Qaf is from the mustaliya letters, so it will be heavy. Qaf, lam dama qul, ta mim dama tum. Qultum. Wa'idh qultum. Ya Musa. So these are the vertical harkat. Ya is having vertical fatha, Sin is having vertical fatha. So whenever you see this small alif shape or vertical fatha, So you have to stretch it up to one alif, okay, or for 1 second. Ya, vertical fatha, ya. Mim, waw dhamma, mu, ya mu. Sin, vertical fatha, sa, ya Musa. And this ya is extra here, so we will not read it, we will just exclude it in reading. And here in the word Musa, mim, waw dhamma, mu. Whenever you see that waw is having sakin, like waw is sakin having sakun sign, and you see there is a dhamma before it, in this case waw is a madda letter. So whenever the madda letter is there, you stretch them same like these vertical harakat up to one alif. So you will read Ya Musa, Ya Musa, wa idh qultum, Ya Musa, wa idh qultum, Ya Musa, lan nasbira. Now, what are the rules here? So let's see. Noon is sakin. After noon sakin, there is another noon, or you have to look at this noon. So whenever there is a shadda on top of the noon, this is basically idgham with gunna, okay? Because noon is from the Yarmalun letters. So whenever after noon sakin, Yarmalun letter comes, you have to merge idgham. You have to do idgham, merging. Sometimes with gunna, sometimes without gunna. So in case of lam and ra, you do without gunna, merging, and here you will do merging as well as nasalization, gunna. So you will say lan nasbiro, nasbiro. Swad is heavy as it's from the musta'aliya letters. Ra is heavy because it's having fatha on the top. Ra is not from the musta'aliya letters, but under certain conditions, sometimes we read ra heavy and sometimes we read it light. In this case here, ra is having fatha, so we will read it heavy. Lan nasbira, lan nasbira ala. Ain is from the halki letters and it's pronounced from the middle of the throat. So you have to say ala. If you read it ala, it will replace itself with hamza or alif sound, and it will be lahni jali, the mistakes which can change the meaning of Quranic words. So you have to pronounce ain from exactly from the middle of your throat, and it's a bit squeeze sound, like a squeezing sound. Ala, ala. Lam is having vertical fatha, so you read it by stretching it up to one alif. Lan nasbira ala, lan nasbira ala ta'am wahidin, ta'am. Now, in the word ta'am, ta is from the musta'aliya letter, so it is heavy. Ain, alif fatha, a. So here if you see the alif is there and before that is a fatha, so it's this alif is madda here. What we said, we read madda letters by stretching them up to one alif, same like vertical harkat. Okay, so if you see vertical harkat or if you see alif, waw and ya as a madda letter, so you read them by stretching them up to one alif. Ala, ta'amiu, ta'amiu. Here is a tanween of kasra, so after two kasra you see there is letter waw. Waw is also from the Yarmalun family. So what we will do here will be idgham. We will merge the sound here by doing nasalization. Ta'amiu, ta'amiu, wahidin, wahidin, fad'u. Now in the word wahi, ha is from the middle of the throat, same like ain. They both are pronounced from the middle part of the throat. These are halkiya letters. So you can't read it wahidin. You have to say wah. This sound should be there. Wahidin fad'u. Now here I have done ikhfa, because after two kasra you have letter fa. Fa is from the ikhfa letters. Wahidin fad'u lana, fad'u lana. Fa, dal, fatah, fad, ain, dama'u, fad'u, lam, fatah, la, nun, alif, fatah, na, lana, lana, fad'u. Ain is again from the middle of the throat. Fad'u. Dal is qalqala letters, from the qalqala letters, but here qalqala will be weak because dal is in between somewhere. If it's like this, ending, the word is ending with the qalqala letter, the qalqala will be strong. So we will come to this point. Here is فادع لنا ربك. Ra is heavy, ba is twice. ربك ربك يخرج يخرج. Kha is from the, again, halkia letters, but this is from the upper part of the throat. So it will be pronounced with a certain irritation or heavy also. يخرج رج. Now, Jim is the qalqala letter, and you will see the qalqala will be more prominent when you pronounce it. So this is يخرج رج لنا يخرج لنا مما تنبت الأرض وإذ قلتم يا موسى لن نصبر على طعام واحد فادع لنا ربك يخرج لنا مما. In the word lana, alif is madda letter, so we will read it by stretching. Lana. Mim, mim kasra, mim, mim alifatama. Mimma. Here is the gunna for mim. Mimma. Tumbitul ardu. So here is iqlab. Iqlab means to replace. Whenever you see after noon sakin or tanween, letter ba, you replace their sound with mim. So instead of saying tunbitul, you have to tumbitul by holding it a bit, doing nasalization here. Tumbitul ardu. Ra heavy, duat heavy. Ardu. Mim. Again, here is iqlab. بقلها بقلها. Qaf is heavy because it's from the musta'aliya letters, and here alif is madda. بقلها وكثائها. Now here after alif as a madda letter, you see hamza in the same word, so this is madde muttasil, and the amount of stretching is 2.5 alif. وقثائها وفومها وعدسها وبصلها. Qaf is heavy in the word بقلها بقلها وكثائها. This kaf is again heavy as it's from the musta'aliya letters. The letter tha is from the tip of the tongue. Avoid saying it like seen. It's not wakissa, it's wakithaiha. Wafumiha. Waw is madda, here alif is madda. So many madda letters are there. Wa ardasiha. Ain is from the middle of the throat. Wa basaliha. Swad is from the musta'aliya letters. Qala. Qaf is heavy. أتستبدلون الذي أتستبدلون الذي. Ba is from the qalqala letters, but here qalqala will be weak, so it's not much prominent when you say أتستبدلون الذي. In the word lu, waw is madda because before waw sakin you have dama here. نَالَّذِي نَالَّذِي. Zal is from the tip of the tongue. Huwa adna adna. Dal is again from the qalqala letters, but qalqala will be weak. It will be strong if the word is ending with a qalqala letter and qalqala letters are in sakin state. So here qalqala will be weak. Adna. Na. Noon is having vertical fatha, so you have to read it by stretching up to one alif. Billadhi billadhi. Dal ya kasra, the. Before ya sakin, if you have kasra, then this ya is madda here, and we read madda letters like vertical harkat by stretching them up to one alif. Huwa khair. So here ya is lean. Lean letters are such letter which we read them gentle without stretching, but here because another rule is applied, so this is madde lean arid lissakun. So here the stretch is because of making ra sakina, but it's to read it short. If it's ending with the madda letters, then it's best to read them long. So here you will say khayr. ihbitu, ihbitu, ta from the musta'ala letter, so it will be heavy. Misra, misra, swad is with the musta'ala letters. Ra, fa inna, I haven't read it. Misran, misra, you have to hide the tanween sound. Why? Because after that you see there is letter fa. Fa is from the ikhfa letters, so you will hide the sound of tanween here. You will say misra fa inna, fa inna. So whenever you see shadda on top of noon, you have to do nasalization. Ghunna. Fa inna lakum. Same goes with the meme. So if there is a shadda on meme, do the nasalization. Fa inna lakum. Fa inna lakum. Sa'altum, sa'altum, sa'altum. وضربت وضربت عليهم الذلة. Dawad is from the musta'aliya letters, so we will make it heavy in recitation. وضربت عليهم Ain is from the middle of the throat. Ya is lean here. عليه مذلة. So whenever you see this shadda sign, it means that the letter is twice, so you have to read by emphasizing on it, by stressing upon it. عليه مذل, عليه مذلة. If you say عليه مذلة, you are reading it once, so we have to read it twice by emphasizing on it. Now let's read again. بقلها وكثائها وفومها وعدسها وبصلها. قال أتستبدلون الذي هو أدنى بالذي هو خير. اهبطوا مصرا فإن لكم ما سألتم وضربت عليهم الذلة والمسكنة وباءوا بغضب من الله. Now in the word والمسكنة, this is ta marbuta. This qaf is giving you permission, you can pause, but it's better that if you continue reading here. Waba'u. So here after alif madda, this alif is madda because there is a fatha before it. So after alif madda, there is a hamza in the same word. So this will be your madde muttasil, and amount of stretching will be 2.5. Waba'u. Waw is also madda. وباءوا بغضب بغضب. Ghain is from the upper part of the throat, is from the halqiya letters, as well as is from the musta'aliya letters. Musta'aliya letters are such letters which we read heavy under any condition. Dawad is also from the heavy letters, so Dawad is heavy here, Ghain is also heavy. بغضب بغضب من الله بغضب من الله بغضب من الله. So here ba is having two kasra, and after the tanween you see the letter mim. So here will be idgham. Idgham means merging. You will merge them, as well as you have to do nasalization in the sound. بغضب من الله. And in the word Allah, before this lam, if you see there is a fatha, you will make it heavy. If you see there is a dhamma, you again make it heavy, but if there is a kasra, you will make it light. This rule is specifically for the word Allah. Okay, anywhere else you see lam will always be light. So in the word Allah, we read the latter lam sometimes light, sometimes heavy. Why we do so? If we see the fatha or dhamma before this lam, we make it heavy. If we see kasra, we make it light. So here there is a fatha, so we will say minallah. Noon, lam fatha null, lam vertical fatha, la and ha sakin. Minallah. Wal maskanatu waba'u bighadabin minallah. ذلك بأنهم كانوا يكفرون بآيات الله ويقتلون النبيين بغير الحق. So I will come to this point. Here will be qalqala and the strongest qalqala. So let's see the rule here. ذلك. Zal is from the tip of the tongue. It's not zalika, it's dhalika. You have to suppress the airflow by touching the tip of your tongue with the inner edges of your top two front teeth. You have to say dhalika, dhalika. And dhal sound is stretched because of the vertical fatha on top of it. ذلك بأنهم أنهم أنهم. You have to hold this noon sound into the nose and little bit you have to stretch it in order to do the gunna here. بأنهم كانوا كانوا. Alif is madda, waw is madda. كانوا يكفرون يكفرون. Waw is madda. We read madda letters by stretching them up to one alif, same like the vertical harkat. يكفرون فرون بآيات الله بآيات الله. So before the letter lam in the word Allah, now we have kasra. So we will make this lam light. Okay, unlike here where we have made the lam heavy. Here we have said minallah, but here we are saying bi'ayatillah, tillah. Okay, so this rule is specifically for the letter lam in the word Allah. If you see the kasra before it, you make it light. If you see fatha or dhamma before it, you make it heavy. bi'ayatillahi wa yaqtuluna an-nabiyina wa yaq. Now qaf is from the musta'aliya letters, meaning heavy letters, as well as it's from the qalqala letter. From the qalqala, it will be weak here because it's in between somewhere in the word. Okay, if the word is ending with the qalqala letters and they're sakin, qalqala is strong. So here is weak qalqala. wa yaqtuluna nabiyina. In the word yaqtulu, lu, we have stretched here because of the madda letter. Wa is madda here. Nan nabiyina. So here is ghunna, nabiyina, nan nabiyina بغير الحق. Because of the glare, I have to move this little bit. ويقتلون النبيين بغير الحق. Ghain is from the heavy letters, so it's heavy. حق. Okay, here when we are pausing, the shadda remains, but whatever harka is there, we drop off. So here, بغير الحق, حق. So this sound, when you hear this bouncing sound or reflection in the makhraj, this is because qaf is from the qalqala letters, the bouncing letters, as well as qaf is heavy. وَيَقْتُلُونَ النَّبِيِّينَ غَيْرِ الْحَقِّ ذَلِكَ بِمَا عَصَوْا. ذَلِكَ, zal is having vertical fatha, so you read it by stretching. Bima, alif is madda, asaw, waw is lean, so we read it quickly. And swad is heavy, ayn is from the middle of the throat. Wakanu, in the word kanu, alif is madda, waw is also madda, so we don't say kanu, we say wakanu ya'tadun. Second last letter is your madda letter, so you can apply here the rule of madde arid lissakun. Ya'tadun. The amount of stretching can be 1 or 2.5 or 3 alif, but the best is to do the tool here, means stretching. So the best practice is to read it up to 3 alif. Ya'tadun. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. إن الذين آمنوا والذين هادوا والنصارى والسابئين من آمن بالله واليوم الآخر وعمل صالحا فلهم أجرهم عند ربهم ولا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون. So let's see what are the rules here. In this innalladhina, we have to do nasalization in the noon sound. Innalladhina, dhina, ya is madda, so there is a bit stretching. Innalladhina amanu. Hamza is having vertical fatha, so we call alif as Hamza. We read it Hamza when you see any sign on top of it. Amanu. Noon waw dama, nu. Waw is madda here. Walladhina, ya is madda. Hadu. Alif is madda, waw is madda again. Hadu. Wan nasara. Noon is having nasalization, meaning gunna. Swad is from the heavy letters, so we will make swad heavy. Ra is not from the heavy letters, but here under certain conditions we read ra heavy. So here is one of the condition where it's having a vertical fatha. So ra is heavy. Wasabiina. Swad is heavy. Hamza ya kasra e nun fatana. Wasabiina. Man amana billahi. So in the word billahi, in the word Allah, we read lam sometimes heavy, sometimes light. So here lam will be light because there is a kasra before it. Wal yawmil akhiri. Akhiri. We will stretch the hamza and kha is heavy. Wa amila. Ain from the middle of the throat. Salihan. Now swad is heavy because it's from the musta'aliya letters, and after musta'aliya letters if you see alif, then we make such alif also heavy. Salihan. So here I have done ikhfa because after the tanween you see there is letter fa. Fa is from the ikhfa letters. So if you see the ikhfa letters after tanween, like to fatha to kasra to dhamma, or after nun sakin, so you do the hiding. Ikhfa is hiding the sound. So instead of saying salihan, you have to read salihan falahum ajruhum ajruhum. Jim is from the qalqala letters, but here will be weak qalqala. Inda rabbihim, inda rabbihim, inda rabbihim. Ra is heavy. Noon is having ikhfa here because after noon sakin you have dal. Dal is from the ikhfa letters. عند ربهم ولا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون. خوف. خو. This is waw is lean because if you see the fatha before it, and if there is ya and there is a fatha before it, this situation makes waw and ya lean. So here we have waw lean. We read lean letters gently without stretching them, without suddenly pausing them. Alayhim, ain from the middle of the throat. Again, here is ya lean, lam ya fatha lay. Khaw and lay. In both situations, waw and ya are lean. Walahum, alif is madda. Hum yahzanun. So if you're making noon sakin and your second last letter is your madda letter, here you can stretch up to 1 or 2.5 or 3 alif. But the best is to stretch up to 3 alif. وَإِذْ أَخَذْنَا. Kha is from the musta'aliya letters, so it's heavy. مِيثَاقَكُمْ. It's not misa, it's مِيثَاقَكُمْ. وَرَفَعْنَا فَوْقَكُمُ الطُّورَ خُذُوا مَا آتَيْنَاكُمْ بِقُوَّةٍ وَاذْكُرُوا مَا فِيهِ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. Qaf is heavy. Again, waw is having madde arid lissakun, so you can stretch up to 3 alif. Thumma. Mim is having gunna. Tawallaytum mim. This mim is also having gunna, and here is iqlab. Iqlab is replacing the sound of the noon sakin or tanween if you see letter ba after that. Okay, so this is thumma tawallaytum min ba'di dhalik falawla fadlullahi. So in the word ba'di dhalik, zal is from the tip of your tongue when it touches the inner edges of your top to front teeth. Never read it zalik, otherwise it will replace itself with the za. Ba'di dhalik falawla fadlullahi. Duad is from the musta'aliya letters, heavy letters, so you read it heavy. And then in the word lullahi, before this letter lam in the word Allah, there is dhamma, so we make it heavy. Fadlullahi alaykum. Ain is from the middle of the throat. Wa rahmatuhu. Rah. Ra is heavy because of having fatha on top. And this ha is again from the middle of the throat, same like ain. So you have to say wa rahmatuhu. Wa rahmatuhu. لَكُنْتُمْ مِنَ الْخَاسِرِينَ. This ha is having inverted dhamma, so we read the vertical harakat by stretching them up to one alif. That's why we have said وَرَحْمَتُهُ لَكُنْتُمْ لَكُنْتُمْ. Noon is having ikhfa here, so we'll hide the sound. And in the word tum, mim is having the nasalization or gunna. In the word khasirin, ha is from the musta'aliya letter, so you will make it heavy. Walaqad, qad. Now dal is a qalqala letter and it's sakin as well, and the word is ending with the qalqala letter, so here qalqala will be strong. Walaqad, qad. Kaf is heavy, so you have to say walaqad alimtumul ladhi ladhi na'tadaw. Now in the word mulladhi, zal is there, so never read it alimtumullazi. It's alimtumulladhi na'tadaw minkum. Here is ikhwa. You will hide the noon sakin sound because after that you see kaf. Kaf is from the ikhwa letters. The word ikhwa itself means hiding. So here we are not doing gunna, but we are hiding the sound. Minkum fis sabti faqulna. Qaf is heavy, alif is madda. Lahum kunu kiradatan khasi'in. Qaf is heavy again here. Kha is also heavy. So these are the musta'aliya letters which we read heavy under any condition. فَجَعَلْنَاهَا نَقَالًا لِمَا فَجَعَلْنَاهَا نَقَالًا لِمَا. So here what is the rule? Here is idgham but without gunna. Just merging is there, okay, but there is no gunna. بَيْنَ يَدَيْهَا وَمَا خَلْفَهَا وَمَوْعِظَةً لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. وَإِذْ قَالَ مُوسَى لقومه إن الله يأمركم. So in the word لقومه, qaf is from the musta'aliya letters, and here the stretch is 2.5 alif. لقومه إن الله. Noon is having a gunna. يأمركم Hamza is having sukoon. So whenever you see this thing, alif acting as a hamza or real hamza having sukoon, you give it a sudden pause. Ya'murukum an tadhbahu. So in the word an, I have hidden the noon sound. Tadhbahu baqarah. So whenever we are pausing, this is ta marbuta. We will drop the signs as well as the dots, so we will make it ha. قالوا أتتخذنا هزوا. Now in the word قالوا, kaf is from the musta'aliya letters, so it will be heavy. أتتخذنا هزوا. So in this, kha is heavy, alif is madda, and in the word huzuwa, whenever you see there are two fathas and you have to pause, so you reduce them to one. This rule is just for the two fathas, not for the two kasras or two damas. So you will read it huzuwa. قال أعوذ بالله أن أكون من الجاهلين. قال, qaf is heavy. Because of this qaf, alif is also heavy. قال أعوذ. Ain is from the middle of the throat. أعوذ بالله, lam is light, an akuna minal jahilin. قالوا ادع لنا ربك يبين لنا ما هي قال إنه يقول إنها بقرة لا فارد ولا بكر أعوان بين ذلك فافعلوا ما تؤمرون قالوا ادع لنا ربك يبين لنا ما هي. Now in the word قالوا ادع, lam is connected with this dal and arin is from the middle of the throat. قالوا ادع لنا, lana, alif is madda, ربك, ra is heavy because of having fatha on top of it. يبين لنا ما هي. قال, kaf is heavy. إنه, hold the sound of the noon as there is a nasalization. يقول إنها بقرة لا فارد ولا بكر. بكر, so kaf silent, ra silent. أوان بين, so there is iqlab. ذلك, because this is the sign of pause, we drop the harka on the last letter. ذلك ففعلوا ما تؤمرون. Whenever you see the sukoon on top of hamza or alif, you give it a sudden pause. تؤمرون تؤمرون. قالوا ادع لنا ربك يبين لنا ما لونها. قال إنه يقول إنها بقرة صفراء فاقع لونها تسر الناظرين. Now in the word ربك, ra is heavy. يبين لنا ما لونها, waw is lean. قال, kaf is heavy. إنه, noon is having غنة. يقول إنها, again here is غنة. بقرة صفراء. In the word بقرة, we have hidden the sound of ta to the ma. Okay, this is ikhfa because swad is from the ikhfa letters and swad is heavy as well. بقرة صفراء, this is maddem, and amount of stretching is 2.5 alif. فاقع لونها, ain is from the middle of the throat, kaf is heavy. تسر الناذرين. So in the word تسر, ra is heavy, noon is having غنة. ناذرين, dha is from your tip of the tongue when it touches the inner edges of your top two front teeth. قالوا ادع لنا ربك يبين لنا ما هي إن البقرة تشابه علينا وإنا إن شاء الله لمهتدون. So here in the word قالوا ادع, qaf is heavy again. Then in the word innal baqara, noon is having gunna, and in the word baqara, qaf is heavy, ra is heavy. Tashabaha alayna, sheen is stretched because of the vertical fatha on top of it. Ain is from the middle of the throat, and alif is madda letter. Wa inna, here after the madda letter you see the hamza in the next word, so here will be madde munfasil, but the amount of stretching is 2.5. And here sha Allahu madde muttasil here, but the amount is same, 2.5 alif. La muhtadun. Let's do one more time the citation from ayah 61. وَإِذْ قُلْتُمْ يَا مُوسَى لَن نَّصْبِرَ عَلَى طَعَامٍ وَاحِدٍ فَادْعُ لَنَا رَبَّكَ يُخْرِجْ لَنَا مِمَّا تُنبِتُ الْأَرْضُ مِنْ بَقْلِهَا من بقلها وكثائها وفومها وعدسها وبصلها قال أتستبدلون الذي هو أدنى بالذي هو خير اهبطوا مصرا فإن لكم ما سألتم وضربت عليهم الذلة والمسكنة وباءوا بغضب من الله ذلك بأنهم كانوا يكفرون بآيات الله ويقتلون النبيين بغير الحق ذلك بما عصوا وكانوا يعتدون إن الذين آمنوا والذين هادوا والنصارى والسابئين من آمن بالله واليوم الآخر وعمل صالحا فلهم أجرهم عند ربهم ولا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون وإذ أخذنا ميثاقكم ورفعنا فوقكم الطور خذوا ما آتيناكم بقوة واذكروا ما فيه لعلكم تتقون ثم توليتم من بعد ذلك فلولا فضل الله عليكم ورحمته لكنتم من الخاسرين ولقد علمتم الذين اعتدوا منكم في السبت فقلنا لهم كونوا قردة خاسئين فجعلناها نقالا لما بين يديها وما خلفها وموعظة للمتقين وإذ قال موسى لقومه إن الله يأمركم أن تذبحوا بقرة قالوا أتتخذنا هزوا قال أعوذ بالله أن أكون من الجاهلين قالوا ادع لنا ربك يبين لنا ما هي قال إنه يقول إنها بقرة لا فارد ولا بكر عوان بين ذلك فافعلوا ما تؤمرون قالوا ادع لنا ربك يبين لنا ما لونها قال إنه يقول إنها بقرة صفراء فاقع لونها تسر الناظرين قالوا ادع لنا ربك يبين لنا ما هي إن البقرة تشابه علينا وإنا إن شاء الله لمهتدون قالوا ادع لنا ربك يبين لنا ما هي إن البقرة تشابه علينا وإنا إن شاء الله لمهتدون. Sadaqallahul Azim. So our today target was till ayah 70, which we have completed, alhamdulillah. If you have any questions, you can comment, and inshallah I will be there with another live session on Surah Al-Baqarah, in which we will be covering from Ayah 71 till Ayah 80, inshallah. So this brought us to the end of our session today. Inshallah, see you next time. Take care. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.